Jewels, welcome to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for clicking on my video. So starting off, I'm going to use the Plan and Makeup by Yolanda base on my eyelid in the shade Foundation. I put 3 small dots because I already had previous concealer on there, which is the Dose of Colors concealer. You want to make sure your base looks smooth like that. And for the eyeshadow, I'm going in with MAC Cosmetics Brown Script, and this is going to go in my transition area. Will be my transition shade and goes in my crease area. This is to kind of start off because you never want to just have color sitting on your eyelid. You want to have something transitioning in, so it just isn't just like nothing and then boom color. This is me filming a TikTok. But yeah, so I'm going into the Cut Carver by P. Louise. This is like coconut oil. It helps you cut or carve your cut crease out, and I use a small brush to basically outline what I need, and then I'll go over it with a Q-tip to completely take off the oil because you don't want to keep any oil on there at all. I take the cotton swab and I rotate it in circles to make sure that I'm getting, maximum amount of product taken off, and as well as not wasting my cotton swab. So taking the same eyeshadow base, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting my crease with that base so that the color that I'm about to put on there can be pigmented. I'm using a flat brush and I'm tapping it in the area, and make sure there's no oil, because if there's oil still on that eyelid, it's going to cause you to have creasing and it's not going to stick like it needs to. So I'm taking a pigment by Beast by Devs Cosmetics in the shade Pink, and I'm just literally tapping it on. And make sure your base is dried down, tacky, or sticky and not wet, so that it can not move around and be pigmented like you need it to be. After that, I take the eyeliner pen from MAC Cosmetics in the shade Brush Black, and I start drawing the eyeliner shape that is on the picture. It's basically a wing that also carves into your cut crease, so on above where the pink and the transition shade of the eyeshadow meet. Okay, so before I filmed this video, I picked up some new items that I've seen, and this is the Milk Makeup Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer, and I love Milk Hydro Grip, so I wanted to try that one. And I always start off buying things small to see if I like it before I buy it big. This is the Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 425. I decided to get a shade darker because I'm noticing on the camera when I do it lighter, it doesn't look right, and I want it to look right in person and in filming. This is the setting powder from One Size Beauty in the shade Translucent, and yeah, I just want everything to match seamlessly because maybe the camera is picking up but I can't see. I don't know, I'm not sure, but yeah, I wanted to try a deeper shade. So before going in with the base, I start my skin prep by using Noxzema. Mind you, before I did do my face routine, which is also linked on my channel, so if you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. But this is just to make sure my base is nice and clear and oil free. I go on with the mattifying primer, and when using this primer, I was shocked. It felt really good and it smelled really good as well. So I did go in with the foundation, and I'm using the Dose of Colors concealer in the shade Dark 23. And I start off with this on the outer edge, and I build it up into a light shade as I get closer to the corner of my eye. So I do like the shade of this foundation. I did expect it to be a little bit more deeper, but it's not bad. Like, I think lighting is very important, as well as what you use as your concealer. But it looks really good. So I'm using Tarte Shape Tape in the shade 47S, and like I said, I'm building it up from I guess medium to light in concealer. And this is the NARS Light 2.8 concealer, and this is basically my brightener, but I just went ahead and did it all because I like to let it dry down and get tacky. And then I'm using MAC Cosmetics concealer in the shade NW50 to go ahead and contour me up. So when blending the concealer out, I start off with the shade that was more closer to my skin tone, and then I build it into the ones that are more lighter. So going from the outer part of my cheek to the inner corner of my eye. As you can see, it's all coming together. Look at that. Ooh wee, yes. Then I go back in with that concealer that I use as my contour, and I put it on my nose as well. I don't use a lot because I find that it's easy for me to get over contour my nose because my nose is small and I barely have a bridge as it is. So I like to start off light. To set the creams, I used that One Size powder from the beginning, and y'all, I didn't even notice, but that looked so good. Like, that transition from the cream to the powder was beautiful, flawless. I should have stopped there, but I thought it wasn't enough, so I did a little bit more, and it still looks really, really good. So to bronze, I used Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in the shade Cappuccino, and I go ahead and put this on my nose as well as my cheeks. For blush, I didn't use a cream blush today, but I'm using the Juvia's Place Warriors 2 palette, and I go into the pink and orange shade. Those are just my favorite two right there. Like, look at that. Ooh. Setting spray, I'm using NYX Electrolyte and MAC Cosmetics with the shimmer in it. Make sure you go light-handed if you have that because it can get very glittery. For lip liner, I'm using Juvia's Place Cola Lip Liner. I love a brown lip. And then I'm using Dose of Colors Rosebud because I wanted like a semi-pink type of lip, and I'm using Ruby Milk lip gloss from Fenty Beauty, and I'm so sorry they don't sell it anymore, but yeah, this is the final look. It looks so good, and y'all don't mind my head but I'm using a highlighter from Fenty Beauty, and it's in the shade How Many Carats. But y'all don't mind my head. I have a big head and a lot of hair, so my head looks gigantic. I forgot I went in with another highlighter, the Wet n Wild one. But I love the way that this look came out. It looks so good, and it doesn't look like too matchy because of how brown my lips are. It just looks so good. And then I just kept adding extra stuff. I added the white um eyeshadow from the Juvia's Place palette to kind of like boost the look up a little bit more, but other than that, the look is so gorge. Like, oh, look at that. Let me know if you'll try it in the comments. Let me know if you want me to do this in another color. I'm down for it. I love it. But yeah, I will see y'all in the next video, and thank you for watching. Make sure y'all go to my TikTok to see the video. TikTok is the Diamond Alexus. Instagram is also the Diamond Alexus. Make sure y'all follow me, and yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.